In this session, we are going to see conditional execution in shell scripts. So why do you need conditional execution? You may want to execute certain commands under specific conditions. So you have two different types of constructs. One is the if construct and is the case construct. So you have an expression. The expression can be a combination of terms and operators. Operators can be plus, minus, star, etc. Or it could be a comparison operator, file test operator, string test, or logical operation. On evaluation, the result can be an arithmetical or a logical result. So we'll see the if construct first. If construct is used to check for a specific condition and execute the commands based on whether the condition is evaluated to true or false. The if condition is used along with the test command or a square bracket. If you remember, in C program, all the expressions must be enclosed by a parenthesis. Here, you must have a test command or a square bracket. We will see with an example. The syntax of the if condition is like this. If you are specifying the condition, then set of commands to execute if the condition is true. Else, commands. These set of commands will be executed if the condition is false. This else part is optional and you can also nest the if. Either you can have a if then or if then else or if then else if, then you can have any number of nesting. We'll see an example. Read answer. I'm trying to read a value from the user. If the answer is equal to yes, then I say echo you have typed y. Else echo typed some other character. Here you can see that I'm enclosing it with a square bracket. We'll see the conditions now. So it's a part of conditional execution. Either you can have a test or a square brackets, open and close square bracket. So you have to give the test condition or the expression must be enclosed by a square bracket. You can see that there must be a space after this and before that. So this is the correct way. $A equal to $B, but before that you have a space, here you have a space. Whereas if you give it like this, it is incorrect. You will get an error. So you can use test $username equal to Roger or $username equal to Roger enclosed within the square bracket. So these are all the operators. You have a logical operators. It's for the not invert the result of the expression. You have a or two ampersand symbols. This is for and. So here expression 1 and expression 2 must be true. Only then the combined expression will be true. This is for or operation. Either expression 1 is true or expression 2 is true. Either you can use this $-o or a two pipeline symbol. Then string operators. You can check whether the length of the string is non-zero by specifying -n. Length of the string is 0. The strings are equal or not equal. And you can also check whether the string is not null by just specifying the string itself. These are all the arithmetical comparison tests: EQ, GE, GT, LE, LT and NE not equal to. So you can specify these are all the syntax. You can also test the files where the file 1 is newer than file 2, file 1 is older than file 2, whether the file exists and is a block special, whether the file exists and is a character special. You can just go through that. You can also check whether the file is a directory. These are all some of the examples of if else. I have a variable a which is assigned to Kala, b which is assigned to Kalas. If $A is less than $B, then A is less than B or A is not less than B. So why should I give a slash operator here? As I said already, the star, some special operators has to be prefixed with the slash symbol. If I don't give the slash, this less than symbol will be taken as the redirection operator. Then I have str geeks for geeks, and I'm just checking whether this is a non-empty or empty. Hyphen n, it's the string. So if it is true, the string is not empty. If it is false, the string is empty. Here this is an example for combining the expressions. As I said, you can use both expression 1 and expression to be true. Here I am just checking whether variable 1 is greater than or equal to variable 2 and variable 1 is greater than or equal to variable 3. If both are true, then I can say that variable 1 is the largest number. Else variable 2 is greater than variable 1 and variable 2 is greater than variable 3. I just say variable 2 is the largest number. Else I am just saying variable 3 is the largest number. Can you find out the idea of this construct? Yes, this is to find out the largest of three numbers. Here you can see that I'm nesting the else if. So the syntax will be elif, and the if condition must definitely be terminated by fi. This is to check whether that file exists. -e temp.temp. If it is existing, then I'm just removing that. Next is the case construct. The syntax is like this. Case $variable in, I can give a value. What are the values I just want to verify? If that variable takes the value 1, these commands will be executed. If the variable takes the value 2, these commands will be executed. If it is other than this value 1 and value 2, these commands will be executed. This is specified by this dollar symbol. And this case must be terminated by the ESAC. This is an example. I am trying to read a string and then I just check whether that string value is dozen. If it is dozen, I just echo 12. If that string value is score, then I am echoing 20. If it is not dozen or score, I just say it is neither 12 or 20. This is another example. Here I just say if that fruit value is apple or mango, then I say echo I like it. So I can use this pipeline symbol to say that multiple values. So if that fruit value is banana or papaya, I say it is giving energy. If it is kiwi, I have not tasted that. And then if any other value, apple, mango, banana, papaya, kiwi, other than these values, I say it is not my favorite, and then I have a break statement here. So I just come out of the enclosing while loop, and you have an exit command to exit from the shell script. So while true, I am reading a number. If the number is less than 0, you have entered a negative number and then I am exiting. If it is not a negative number, I am trying to print out the square of that number. So if I execute that, it will ask for a number. If you enter a positive value, it will give you the square of that number and then will prompt you to enter another number. It will keep on execution till you enter a negative number. In that case, it will exit from that. Instead of exit, you can also give a break. But when you give a break, it will come out of this while loop. But when you give a exit, it will come out of the shell script. So to terminate the execution of a shell script and return to the dollar prompt, we use the exit command. Thank you.